So I've been thinking for a little bit now because before I make the video in terms of recording, I always make the thumbnail first. And I was making the thumbnail thinking to myself, what is the weirdest episode of anime I've seen? And I really can't pick a single episode off the top of my head. When watching a show, it's pretty easy if there is an oddball episode, but I wouldn't be shocked if come a year's time, if someone asked me that question, hey, what's a weird episode of anime that comes to mind? I might go as far to say episode 4 of Sunny Boy might be my pick. It's an episode about monkey business, monkeys playing baseball, and then, yeah, we have some plot progression with Nagra being able to use his ability of moving between other this worlds, but not to where he wants to go. It just changes randomly as you have the return of one of their teachers, who is pretty much the MILF of authority by the looks of it, saying playtime's over. But the episode boils down to a majority of it being Cap talking about the wonders of Monkey League Baseball, Tales of Monkey League Baseball. I don't know why, but it was very entertaining. I honestly think I could probably listen and just watch a mini-series of this man talking about Monkey League Baseball. There is something oddly charming about his dialogue about it. You have a couple of the characters just really wanting to see the monkeys. They're just so, obsessed over it. You have a pretty big group of seemingly the popular kids not okay with many of them, especially a character like Naga, who is kind of like the savior by the looks of it because he's the one person with the ability to move between the worlds, as you have some people who want to go back to their original world because there they were respected and they were popular, where here they're not much different than other people because everyone seemingly has a power. Now, I know some people are apparently not having a power, but I mean, it's been brought up by a few different people over the weeks in the comments section. It wouldn't be shocking if everyone has a power in some way, even if it's something incredibly minuscule. I mean, I think it was either last week or the week before, one of the characters pretty much was E.T. His finger lights up. That's a pretty useless power, all things considered. So I wouldn't be shocked if everyone has some form of supernatural ability, even if it isn't levitation or transportation, things like that. Some characters probably do have really important abilities, but I'm sure many people just have random things that aren't going to shake up the world, but probably are different for modern standards. So to watch an episode like this, where it was all about baseball, and hardly any of it was actually watching baseball, most of it was a narrator, it kind of felt like, I don't know, those drives as a kid where, people would be listening to the ball game on the radio. It just kind of felt like that, but rather than being bored as a kid, I was just so intrigued because of two reasons. The first of which, this character for some reason is so engrossed in the world of baseball, especially that monkey baseball, that I'm like, okay, I'm willing to hear you out. But two, this is such a weird island with so many unknowns. So the idea of Bigfoot-looking creatures playing baseball, that feels like that's probably as normal as anything else that they're going to experience in their day-to-day life. And that moment where a boy is trying to hit the ball, you knew he wasn't going to do it. I didn't think they're going to, shonen friendship is power sort of a thing where he would hit the ball. No, I was pretty convinced he'd lose. But when they, flash over to, the monkey with no arm, and he only has one arm, and he was never fit for baseball, I'm like, there's probably some deep symbolism that I'm missing, and cool if it's there. I'm just watching some monkey business take place, and I'm having fun with that. This is one of the most difficult to explain episodes, especially to a non-Sunny Boy fan. Try to imagine yourself selling, I don't know, you're talking to your friend, you're just talking to someone online. Hey, what did you watch today? Oh, I watched episode 4 of Sunny Boy. Oh, yeah? What happened in that episode? This dude talked about monkeys playing baseball as we were trying to teleport around other worlds, and really all that was happening was kind of like an overlay change with some odd music and static here and there. And they're going to say, what in the actual hell is Sunny Boy and why are you watching it? I think even to normal Sunny Boy fans, they'd probably say, why the hell would we want to watch that? But honestly, I don't know what people are feeling about this episode, but I really liked it. It was just such an odd experience. Would I want every episode to be this odd? No. But to have 3 episodes of building up this mystery and the unknown, and then you just casually drop Monkey League Baseball, there's something so bold about that statement that I truly feel like this is going to be one of the most remembered episodes in Sunny Boy. I mean, if Sunny Boy ends up crashing and burning, people don't like the ending or something, I'm sure people will say, see that monkey episode, that was a sign of bad things to come. However, on the flip side, if this show nails its landing, people are going to say, see, that monkey baseball episode. Look at how it really foreshadowed all this. There's gonna be some wild conspiracies, mark my words. But it was a weird ass episode. And interestingly enough, the two characters who I felt like were gonna be a part of the love triangle seemingly bonded over this monkey business, which was a surprising turn of events. Though I am glad that they're not beating around the bush with Nagra, because it was clear that he has some form of ability that would be connected to the end goal. And I thought originally what it was him, like, anytime he was put in danger, that it would teleport him. And I think that's still a stipulation that if he gets shoved off a cliff, he's about to hit a rock, it will automatically activate and he'll be okay. However, he seemingly can activate it at will, but that will doesn't specify a destination. So I'm curious to see, is there going to be room for improvement with his ability? Is it something that he can train and harness? I mean, typically with superhero power, any sort of situation that you have a supernatural ability, the more you train, the more you refine, the more control you have. But this is such an odd world that I don't think anyone really has control other than the voice in that one character's head, with the star under his eye who seems more ominous than need be, right? I don't know, Sunny Boy is just weird. It's odd, and I think it knows that. And I'm sure there is some deeper meaning behind everything that happened in this episode, but then again, I kind of like the idea of just assuming this was supposed to be casual relaxation as we up the tension between characters. I think it was in episode 2, they almost burnt down our one girl's house because they thought she was behind the spontaneous combustion. This episode comes around and the popular kids aren't too happy because people who probably weren't that popular now are the one being worshipped like they are the savior and, you know, everything like that. While some characters are going to be massively disappointed that Nagra couldn't take them home, on the flip side, I don't think many people are going to assume he's going to master that ability overnight, but I do suspect there's going to be a lot more pressure towards a character who's probably one of the most carefree in the series to refine that ability. The issue, and I think maybe the saving grace for him, might be that he could argue the reason I'm not trying to use my abilities more is because I don't want to risk us getting trapped somewhere else. But with that teacher coming into the mix, maybe she'll now be kind of the voice of authority. And if she has some form of ability that really smacks some sense into these kids, that'll be pretty amazing. I mean, loving the character design already. She definitely has that authority look to her, while not being ashamed of her body in the slightest. I don't know, I don't think anyone could have predicted this episode, but that's kind of the brilliance of Sunny Boy, especially in an original like Sunny Boy. You have no goddamn idea what's gonna happen, and even if this actually had a source, I don't think anyone would have believed you about monkey business, and that's kind of the brilliance of this show and its structure. It's weird, it's odd, I have no idea if people love or hate this episode. I think it's one of the weirdest episodes I've seen in anime in quite some time, maybe even ever. But goddamn, listening to it do talk about monkey baseball was pretty entertaining. Let me know your feelings down below, theories if you got any. Whatever you're feeling, let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Since the next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.